So this is a really common dish here in the Philippines because it's fast, and I think dollar for dollar, it's one of the most economical dishes here in the Philippines. I'm gonna show you guys today how to make Giniling Sitaw. Right? And it draws on things that grow really well here. So one, of course, is pork. You know, the Philippines has fantastic pork. So the pork mince is really delicious and flavorful. And then sitaw, or snake beans. These are found, grow really well everywhere in the Philippines. You know, whether you're up in Tagaytay or Baguio in the higher regions, but you can grow snake beans even in lower lying regions of Manila. And in fact, I grow these on my rooftop in Salcedo Village with great results. I normally just eat them straight off the plant because they're actually delicious when you pick them young. But what you'll find normally in yung mga supermarket dito sa Pilipinas is they tend to let them get really big and fat because they're trying to, I guess, squeeze a bit more money out. So when you're buying sitaw, try to find the ones that are as small as possible, because they typically are sweeter and have a better flavor. So literally means ground pork and snake beans, and we're just gonna saute this together, and you'll see how fast and easy it is to cook this delicious recipe. So I'll start with my garlic. My goal here is to, keep everything on high heat and keep everything moving around. You can also do this in a wok. It's really a stir-fry dish. So I'll just give my garlic and onions a minute or two, and then we'll add in a little bit of tomato. Okay, and once my tomatoes just started to release that the tomato juice and they're starting to soften, I'll put in my pork. And with this dish, the pork, it's more about, you don't need a lot, right? It's more about the flavor than it is about the substance. So the idea is to use a little bit of pork, like around 200 grams, but you could probably feed 6 people with this dish quite easily. So the focus is a lot more on the vegetables, lots and lots and lots of sitaw, but with a delicious flavor coming from this concentrated garlic, onion, tomato, pork in the base. And that's what we mean about cost effective, right? I mean, you can portion this at sort of 40 grams of pork per head, fine. Okay, now that pork's nice and brown, we'll just do a little bit to season it. So we'll go in with a pinch of salt there. Tapos meron ako dito ng ating paminta, pinch of pepper. And I've got about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. So gigisaan ko lang yung ating giniling na baboy. The best recipes are simple. I mean, this is the stuff that you can come home and cook every Tuesday. You're busy working parents, or you're busy family, or wala kang kasambahay. As a guy who cooks on YouTube as a sideline interest, right, like me, I love cooking something really, really fancy. There's always a certain satisfaction. You have a dinner party, you do something really cool, really amazing, really unique. But that's probably only 10 or 20% of the time you can cook like that. For the vast majority of the time, you're busy, you need to minimize time spent. You got to do the marketing, you got to find the ingredients. So, you need to have a good repertoire of really simple, mga simple lang mga recipe na pwede every week. So I would say for me, those really simple weekly recipes are probably something like this. Maybe even yung mongo. That's a really great weekly recipe, easy, fast, keep everything in the pantry. Okay, so my pork is now basically cooked. The soy sauce is well mixed through. And now this is just a case of adding a whole lot of snake beans. The more the merrier. I don't think you're gonna have too many snake beans. Okay, there we go. You can just put a tablespoon or 2 of water to help with the cooking. If you're worried about things getting stuck, I just find a little bit of water and that'll steam up and help cook the beans as well. But just a tiny bit, this is a dry dish. All right, so with this many beans, it will take like a good 5 to 7 minutes just stirring those through, making sure they cook evenly. So basically, be really careful not to overcook your beans. A lot of the time I get, giniling baboy at sitaw from Carindere or somebody cooks it, and they've really overcooked the beans and they're soggy and limp. So what you want is your bean is sort of a little bit flexible, but it not like falling apart, right? But it's also not snapping as it would if you did that and it was still raw. So that's a good sign that this bean is good to go. They're cooked but not overcooked, just to perfection. I'm gonna take this off the heat and start to plate this one up. And there it is, Giniling Baboy. You know, so this one, fast, easy, great one if you know you got a big household with you know, some domestic helpers there as well, because you want to cook lots of food. It's healthy, nutritious, affordable, fast. And then if I'm doing a dinner party, it's one of those kind of what I call a cheat dish, where if you're having like 3 other things and then you throw that in, it's really fast to cook on top of a dinner party. Not a lot of extra effort, but it adds a lot to a table, right? So try this one out at home. I'm going to give it a quick taste now. I don't think there's going to be too much to it. Yeah, it's just satisfying. It's not like blow away fancy flavors or anything, but it's just savory pork, like good old-fashioned pork mince. I love snake beans. They're one of the most delicious vegetables, right? There's a sweetness and a pepperiness to them at the same time, which just picks up off that fresh cracked pepper we threw in. So definitely give this one a try at home, guys. Don't forget, you can write for me below, leave a comment and tell me what you'd like to see me cook next. And of course, you can subscribe to the show and help me take Filipino food global. You can check out our Instagram, where we have lots of our food porn pics and, you know, behind the scenes shots from producing the show. And of course, the last thing that really helps me is if you share this episode with your friends. Hit that share button below. Tell some people about Filipino food, how great it is. And that helps us to keep making this show as well. Have a great week. I'll see you guys next time. I'm Chris Urbano. Bye now.